Okay, we are here in Piazza Provenzano, where the Palio, the 2nd of July 2019, has just been won by the Contrada Imperiale della Giraffa. I have to admit, I'm still shaking. That was an incredible Palio race. I thought for sure, as I think everyone did, it was going to be Chiocciola. They were leading for almost 3 laps, but at the very end, Titia, on top of the wonderful horse Tale e Quale, was able to pull this victory out. And Titia, it is his 6th victory, and what a victory it was. His last victory was in 2015, so he was hungry for it. This half Sardinian, half German, amazing jockey, a young jockey, and you can see the beautiful horse behind us, Tale e Quale. Oops, oh, where'd the horse go? The horse has left the building, the horse is over there. But now, of course, inside the church of Provenzano, there are the jubilant members of the Giraffa, and this is even perhaps a sweeter victory because we are actually in the heart of Giraffa territory. Of course, Provenzano belongs to all 17 of the Contrade. This is very much a Sienese church, but tonight it belongs to the Giraffa. The flags are already up and the celebrations will begin. Inside, the jockey Titia is kissing the please, Fago, is kissing the high altar and thanking the Virgin Mary, and all of the Contrada members are thanking him as well as the Virgin Mary. And the horse, what a beautiful, beautiful beast. This is only its 2nd Palio and its 1st win. So what is going to happen now? Well, there's going to be jubilation all night. The cittino, the drappellone, the Palio banner will be brought to the oratory of the Giraffa, which is just downstairs, and then everyone will sing a Te Deum in thanks for this glorious victory. Again, I'm still shaking. It was a really, really exciting race. So, and again, the commotion here, this is Palio. Allora, okay, so now we will take a break and come back to you with some more jubilations. Thank you so much for staying with us here on Palio Live. Okay, now you can hear the jubilant Contrada members singing as The flags are waving for the Giraffa, but you'll see other Contrada flags as well because the Giraffa has no rivals, and so all of the 17 consorelle, I should say the 16 other consorelle, the 16 other Contrade are celebrating with the Giraffa for this magnificent victory for Titia and Tale Quale. You can see the other flags now are coming out of Provenzano, this magnificent 17th century basilica. And you can hear the drums, and now the cittino, the drappellone, the cencio, the palio banner will be brought to the oratory of the Giraffe, which is, as I say, is just downstairs, and they will celebrate this victory. And then what will happen? Well, let's just say the wine will be flowing freely. You're going to see a lot of neck scarves with a pacifier on it because the Giraffa has been reborn, even though they're quite young, shall we say. Their last victory was in July of 2017 with the jockey Scompiglio, who finished in second place on the Chiocciola. Again, a magnificent finish for Titia. Scompiglio finished in second. You can see people hugging and kissing each other. A magnificent victory for the Giraffa, and again, some very disappointed members of other Contrade will be going home tonight. Here comes the Palio banner coming out of Provenzano. The artist, you'll recall, is Massimo Stecchi. That beautiful light blue background there with the Contrada member, a little boy with a horse. There's members of the Chiocciola, the Tartuha. The Tartuha, the turtle, is very, very happy because the Chiocciola finished in second place. So even though they did not race, they had a magnificent Palio because their enemy finished second, which is the first loser. I hate to say it, but that's how it goes in the Palio. There is no second or third place or prize for participation. You finish second, that is the worst. There we have a lovely image of the Drappellone with the white and black of Siena and that silver plate. When they have the dinner of the victory, that silver plate, there will be rice served on that. It's the traditional meal for the Cena del Piatto, it's called. So we have a series of celebrations now to follow. The Giraffa has many, many parties to plan. Tomorrow they have a victory to celebrate. They will go to all of the 16 consorelle as they celebrate this magnificent victory of the 2nd of July 2019. And then what happens? Well, then there will be a victory parade next Sunday, which will precede the drawing of lots to see who will run in the Palio of this coming August 16th, 2019. Okay. Whew. Sorry, I'm a bit out of breath here. Oh, let's take a pause. Titia! Giovanni Azzeni, the victorious jockey, his 6th Palio victory. What a victory for him! Now he's being brought down the stairs to the oratory of the Giraffe, which is underneath the Church of Provenzano, where a Te Deum will be sung. Giovanni Azzeni, whose nickname is Titia, which means che freddo. It's so cold. But what a glorious, emotional, warm victory it is for him. You can see now these wonderful images of all the people coming down to Provenzano to participate in the jubilation. And of course you see the red and white of the fazzoletti, the neck scarves of the members of the Giraffa Contrada, the Giraffini, and everyone else just enjoying in the celebration because this is a festival, again, for everyone. And this Contrada has no enemies, no rivals in the piazza, so everyone can celebrate this victory together. We're going to try and make it down to the oratory as well. It's quite small, but we'll see if we can get some good shots from down there. Okay, a tra poco. We're descending now into the heart of the Giraffa, where you can hear the bell, Sona Sona Campanina. That bell will be ringing all night to announce that the Giraffa has won the Palio of Provenzano 2019. Right next to us is the stable where the horse will be celebrated this evening. And tomorrow the horse will also be a part of the victory parade, the Giro della Vittoria, where the Giraffe will start tomorrow morning early and finish in the Piazza del Campo and have a dinner to celebrate. The horse is in the stall right over there. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get a view, but Tale e Quale now. 2 Palio races run and 1 Palio race won. The jockey was again Titia. Titia has proven himself now to be back in the game that is the Palio. There you see the captains and the people of the Contrada celebrating, and now we're coming in. Oops. This is the oratory of the Giraffa right underneath Provenzano. The Giraffini will go in and sing a Te Deum. We are right underneath Provenzano. Some might say that the Giraffa was destined to win this, but then that means they would have to win every single 2nd of July. But that's not the case, although they did win 2 years ago, July. Quite amazing images you're seeing right now. I'm not sure if you can hear me over the drums, but it doesn't matter because this is what it's all about. He matches the Contrada. Okay, so these are the sounds of the drums, the bell, that song that you may have heard the last few days, the Sona Sona Campanina. I won't sing for you now. The bell is ringing. As you can see the bell up there, every Contrada member will take turns ringing the bell from the youngest child to the oldest member of the Contrada. This is a time to celebrate. The Contrada is a huge family all coming together, united in this victory of Provenzano. Hugs and kisses and tears and smiles. We have to say the Giraffa knows this feeling well of victory, but there's no such thing as too much. A well-celebrated victory here, and you can see inside, perhaps a little bit inside the oratory of the Giraffa. And oh, here we go, let's make room, make room. The horse is out, the horse is coming out. The horse needs to have a little walk around because, of course, it's just run an amazing race, so we're going to make some space for it. Tale e quale. Gonna have a little walk now. Drums, the bells, the flags, the hugs, the kisses, the tears, the joy. This is Palio. This is the victory of the Giraffa. They have just sung a Te Deum inside the oratory underneath the Church of Provenzano, the Basilica of Provenzano. And now begins the night of jubilation, of celebration. So now the banner is about to come out. Ecco il cencio che arriva, the cencio, the drappellone. I can see the blue of the background of the Madonna, the Virgin of Provenzano, this rather Sienese miracle that took place in the 16th century where a Spanish soldier was having some target practice and he shot an image, a terracotta image of the Virgin and Child, but not good for him because basically it backfired and he was killed. So we celebrate this Sienese miracle here as part of the Palio Provenzano as well. The miraculous bust of the Virgin which saved the Sienese. However, it couldn't save them forever as the Republic fell in 1555. But we're not going to focus on that now. We're going to focus on the victory of this Giraffa, the Imperial Contrada of the Giraffa. As the Drappellone is about to come out of the oratory, this is where the Drappellone will live for the next few months actually, because every night the Giraffini will take the Drappellone out and parade around the campo to celebrate this victory. And then at all of their dinners, it will have pride of place and people will take pictures with it all year round. And then it will take a while for it to get framed and for the Giraffini to choose the proper place in their museum to house this new Palio banner. There we go, you can see there's the silver plate, the black and white of Siena, and now the Virgin of Provenzano on that beautiful banner by Massimo Stecchi. Some of the Giraffini may have been able to have a little drink, a little rest before they take it out into the Piazza del Campo once more to show the entire city that they have won. Because remember, the prize may be the Palio banner, but the real prize is pride and bragging rights and being able to show the entire city that your contrada truly is la più bella della città, the most beautiful of the entire city. So this is not my contrada, but my face hurts from smiling. I was trembling watching the Palio race, trying to comment on it without screaming too much. It was a brilliant, brilliant race, and Giovanni Azzeni, Titia, ran tale quale perfectly and won by a nose. In fact, it took a few minutes for them to decide who won. Was it Giraffa or was it Chiocciola? And eventually it was the Giraffa, as of course you can see. So let's follow the jubilations a bit more. That's all I got. I'm exhausted. We are inside now the oratory of the Giraffa, the Oratorio della Giraffa, the imperial contrada of the Giraffa. And now you can see a bit of calm has returned because the Giraffini are now taking their trappellone, their new cittino, the newest addition to the Giraffa family, around the city and into the Piazza del Campo. This was an incredible race with the horse Tale Quale and the jockey Titia, Giovanni Azzeni, who ran a marvelous race. He was in second position pretty much 3 laps around, right behind Chiocciola, and then at the very last second he pulled it out and won. So what happened just now? Well, this was full of Giraffini who sang a Te Deum in praise of the Virgin Mary who helped bring them this victory today. It should also be said that this is the 2nd of July, which is the Feast of the Visitation, which is also the patron saint of the Giraffa. So there are even more meanings here, shall we say. This is even more meaningful victory for the Giraffa because it was won on the feast day of their patron saint, the Virgin of the Visitation. But as we know, the Palio is dedicated to the Virgin of Provenzano. So here you can see not just the flags of the Giraffa, but the flags of their allies as well. We have Pantera, Civetta, and Istrice, because certain contrade have allies, some have enemies or rivals. The Giraffa has 3 allies and no rivals. So this is a victory that the whole city can feel, I guess, more or less good about, except for one particular contrada, but I won't speak about them right now. Let's just speak about the victory of the Giraffa. So now it's time to party. You're going to notice that the members of the Giraffa keep their fazzoletto on today, tomorrow, the next day, and the next day, and they will have a pacifier or a dummy tied around their neck scarves because they have been reborn. There is immortality in the Palio. Unfortunately, the Aquila remains the nonna, the grandmother, the closest to death because they have the longest losing streak. They haven't won since 1992, so their hopes are pinned on the next Palio. But the Giraffa has been reborn and it remains immortal. As one very famous Palio commentator always says, as long as the Palio is run, Siena emerges triumphant. Triumphant indeed. Grazie mille. Okay, we've made it to the end of this magnificent Palio of the 2nd of July 2019. We are in front of the Church of Provenzano, where just moments ago there were thousands of people here in this piazza to celebrate the win of the Giraffa, the Giraffe Contrada. The Giraffini are celebrating right now, taking the trappellone around the city, and they will party all night. Ring that bell, suona, suona campanina, indeed. You can see I'm a bit emotional, a bit sweaty, but this is Palio, a magnificent tradition that is part of the very fabric of the city of Siena and part of the Italian tradition. And yes, foreigners can enjoy it as well. So thank you so much for being with us during these days of this Palio of Provenzano. Thank you to Francesca for being a magnificent camera woman, to Bettina for taking fantastic photos in the piazza of the Contradaioli. Thank you to Diego for helping come up with this idea of Palio Live, and to Alexandra, who has been running everything behind the scenes. Without you guys, we couldn't have done this. So thank you to all of the 17 consorelle, the 17 contrade, and the Consorzio per la tutela del Palio for helping us, and for all of our partners in this endeavor. Palio e vita. And I want to cry because I feel so lucky to be here. So Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this with you, and viva Siena e viva il Palio.